Greetings, America. Welcome to tonight's premiere episode of The Villain News Show. Tonight, we'll be looking at villains in the news, villainous endeavors, vinegar, and The Villain News Show. Let's get evil, America! Good evening, America. Tonight, reporting from the Colorado News Bureau. These are tonight's top news stories. Start with, we'll be looking at Valentine's Day. Just passed, an opportunity for villains to demonstrate their command over holidays. You have your Valentine's Day, a flaccid holiday representing buying things and showing tokens of affection for those you tolerate. And then you have Valentine's Day, unleashed passion, both love and hate, and a disdain for what Valentine's Day for those other people, the normals, what it comes to represent to them. We also have Magnus Obsidian in the news. Once again, reality has changed. You may not realize this, because when it changed, you changed with it. But Magnus Obsidian has, yet again, alter the time stream. We are waiting to find out what changes these are, but I'm pretty sure there weren't ostriches in the last reality. Thirdly, what is Octavius Fong, leader of the roaming Eye of Doom, up to now? He's got quite a few things going on. If you haven't seen them, please do check Octavius Fong. Something going on with wrestling. Our spies, otherwise known as reporters, are looking into this, and there is a comic series that you should see definitely. Also, our very own MI6, Britain's villainy, premier villainy, is out to rise up once more and take over the world, as Britain did quite some years ago. It's a British invasion, folks. Prepare your villainy. It's starting soon. It's starting now, if we know our villains. Secondly, or thirdly, or fourthly, we have Kavian Darkane, our Demon King. What exactly is a Demon King, and why should we be concerned? I think that we all know that things aren't exactly quite as pleasant as they should be. Is this the work of the Demon King? You'll have to find out. Check into Kavian Darkane for that. Going on further, we have our villainy in the wider world. Coming from Canada's premier villain, Dr. Holocaust. We have many new videos for us to check out. You should look up Dr. Holocaust. He's there, he's ruling from Canada. He's every bit the mad scientist you'd want him to be, and quite a bit you don't. He's the man in the white lab coat, not the black trench coat with the black hat, of Dr. Obsidian. Two villains worth watching there. We also have Rex Velvet. Rex Velvet and the Social Villains Alliance, always tasking that poor chump, Phoenix Jones. When will Phoenix Jones realize that the world truly despises him, and that Rex Velvet, bless him, Rex Velvet is like a prophet, bringing the truth to the people. Phoenix Jones is unnecessary, he's dangerous, and he's unwanted, as most superheroes are. Going further tonight, we have Vinegar. There's a gaming group out there, folks, and there are games to play. Currently, we have Borderlands 2. If you are a Borderlands 2 player, ask your local villain. They'll tell you about a place where you can play with only the best. If you don't know what the best is, and you may not know, it's villains always. Start with Captain Blackheart. Captain Blackheart is, perhaps, a Borderlands 2 genius. And as impressive as that is, that's nothing compared to Cave-In D'Arcane, who very likely is some kind of Borderlands savant. It's just a thing to see. If you haven't experienced the joy and the terror of playing with someone who plays at that high level, you should seek these two villains out. We also have a Halo 4 matchup. This is the Villain Space Marines. Villain Space Marines are different than other Space Marines. The Villain Space Marines always stop to loot the bodies. That's right, if there's a crime, if there's a mercy killing, if there's a suppression of a suburban population or civilian population, you can count on your villains, your Villain Space Marines to take care of that. No survivors. Villain Space Marines. Also, we have Dance Central 3. A curious thing has happened with Dance Central 3. As you've no doubt guessed, Lord Malignance can barely do the robot, and that's unintentionally. However, for some reason, currently, Lord Malignance, me, one is the current Lord of the Dance in Dance Central 3. Don't know how it happened. Also, we have some gaming on Steam games. If you're interested in Steam games, ask around, ask to join the group. You'll be added to the group. We can find out what games there are, and we'll find someone to join you, or at least talk about them, find out what we can do. Going on to our third subject tonight, our fourth subject, we have VNS, the Villain News Show. The Villain News Show is going to be a semi-monthly broadcast. We're going to cover the subjects in villainy, the things that interest us, the things that are exciting, showcase some of the talent that's out there, talk about upcoming events, basically put a footprint out here in the world of evil, and let people know that your villains are here. We're not going away. We rather have a lot of fun, and it's actually kind of cool to be a villain. You can be a villain too if you're ready to rise and put on the helmet. What else? The helmet, the gloves, whatever. Just, you can be a villain. You put a bucket on your head. You don't have to put anything on. Just, you could have an evil cat. Your evil cat could be a villain. And now, a word from our sponsors. Hello, I'm Lord Malignance. I'm here to talk to you about unmanned autonomous terrestrial drones, like the Malignobot. This is version 1.0, fairly reliable, very lethal, economical, and mostly redundant. A lot of systems back each other up. Not the safety protocols, we don't worry about those. The unmanned autonomous terrestrial drone Malignobot is your one necessary solution for all your defensive needs. In fact, put 3 or 4 of these together, they form a hive, and they can move out and they become an offensive force. Think about a platoon of 4 or 5 of these, and they've all got argon laser arrays that are ready to fire on any target they don't recognize. Or I should say technically any target. Except each other, mostly. Sometimes they target each other. Small thing. Working on that, it'll be worked out. Unmanned autonomous terrestrial drone Malignobots, your one necessary solution for this uncertain future. Thank you. Wait! Don't shoot! Really? No! It's deactivated. It's now in standby mode. It won't do anything more. It's just waiting. Welcome back. In tonight's in-depth analysis, we'll be looking at Phoenix Jones, and why isn't he a dead man or has killed someone already? First off, how do we know Phoenix Jones hasn't actually killed someone or caused someone to die? He certainly made death threats against Runeblade, or whatever his name was. Runeblade felt so frightened he had to actually seek restraining orders against Jones because Jones was, as superheroes will want to do, stalking him and making threats. But, going to the deeper question, why isn't Jones a dead man, or has killed someone, though we don't know if he has already? Why hasn't he caused the death of innocent people? Not for lack of trying. Phoenix Jones is basically a street performer with a troupe of other performers. For these street performances, he will solicit funding, which we call begging, panhandling, or otherwise seeking money for doing nothing. It's like begging, but he puts on a little show for you. He dances around in his costume, and you might choose to believe the performance that he puts on. He films these, of course, so that you can catch them on YouTube. Also links to his various funding websites. And of course, he edits these so that they will look best for him at the expense of those around him. It's nice unless you are one of those people that he takes advantage of like that. And here's the thing that always catches my mind. One is no expert at filming, certainly. One is no genius producer or director or scriptwriter or actor. However, very few things that one does know is from a book called the $30 Film School, one finds out that you can't actually film people without having them sign a consent form, allowing you to use their visages on film if you want to profit from this. Now, Phoenix Jones certainly does profit. He asks for money for his funding. Now, you could claim these are monies put towards his ninja diaper, his body armor, which is not really body armor at all, but it certainly looks like body armor if you watch Batman. Secondly, he also seeks endorsements. You can have Phoenix Jones show up at your birthday party and tell stories and make balloon animals, whatever other clowns in the business will do. If you throw enough money at Phoenix Jones, because he's a celebrity, he'll do all these little clown acts for you. Whatever. I don't know. Who cares? But he doesn't seek consent forms, and he's profiting from innocent citizens that he abuses in this way. So, Phoenix Jones is a person probably working outside of the borders of legality. Now, this is considering that he does have legal representation. So, one isn't sure how they're advising him, but they don't seem to be following basic understandings of people's privacies. I wonder how they're being paid. Not really sure on that. Phoenix Jones operates in the gray. We don't really have any accounting for anything that he does. Not like the police or the fire department, which are tax-funded, paid representatives of the will of the people. They have a mandate to enforce the laws and to protect the citizens. Not like Phoenix Jones. Phoenix Jones is basically a citizen, something we all are. All the work he does, we can do. We do. More than that, there are soup kitchens, homeless shelters, charities, volunteers in all walks of life who help people, who don't put on a costume and seek to be celebrities for doing what is basically the responsibilities of a good citizen. But that's Phoenix Jones. We're still looking at why hasn't he killed someone? He certainly has tried. From his indiscriminate bear mace spraying, or whatever it is he sprays, the pepper spray, where he started a near riot, where he sprayed some people so badly that one woman, taking off her shoe, defended her friends by driving Phoenix Jones off by beating him repeatedly until he went away. See, she is the true hero here. She saved her friends from Phoenix Jones. But it also goes on to Phoenix Jones was actually held at gunpoint and his nose broken when he attacked a group of people. Fortunately, one of the citizens was armed and was able to drive him off at gunpoint. Perhaps in a rush to defend themselves from Phoenix Jones, other citizens may shoot at him and shoot in his general direction and anyone else around him. So it's not a safe situation with Phoenix Jones running out of the shadows dressed all in black in a mask. It's a dangerous situation. He doesn't have to wear his mask. He doesn't have to frighten people. But don't take my word for it. The city attorney of Seattle has called Jones, 1, a deeply disturbed individual, and 2, no hero. This is a man who regularly deals with the criminal slime of society. Rapists, murderers, violent people. He prosecutes them all. He tried to prosecute Jones. It didn't work out that time. But Phoenix Jones does have people telling him that they're threatening his family, as he said in the news, or that they want to follow him home, as he said during his mutual combat news story. So he puts his family's life in jeopardy. Not that he cares for himself at all. He's such a danger. In fact, his employers terminated his employment because, as they said, he wasn't safe to be around children. He's not safe to be around anyone, folks. He's dangerous. So we're waiting. It is a mystery to me how Phoenix Jones is still alive. Why he hasn't been terminated. Why he hasn't caused the deaths of innocents. Why he isn't in a hospital bed with a catastrophic injury due to his showboating for publicity. Why he hasn't caused the harm of other people. He certainly does try. We don't need Phoenix Jones. We don't need superheroes. Citizens. We need good citizens. Thank you. What the hell, people? Is that what we want to see in our streets? Masked men covered with the blood of their victims? This is what Phoenix Jones promises America. We don't need it. Now, a word from our sponsors. Welcome back. In tonight's segment, Science! We'll be covering breaking stories, breaking news. To begin,
Sutek is online. Breaking news alert. Transmission incoming from MI6.
I'm being told that there's a follow-up to an earlier story. We'll be following up to Valentine's Day with our very own MI6. MI6?
Make a video for Valentine's Day. Alright then, well, 5 years ago. You know, without a script, I'm actually pretty shit at this, but you know, okay. Right. 5 years ago. Valentine's Day. It's a load of wank. You're all a bunch of pitiful, bloody retards. Okay, I'm sorry. Because this video was requested of me when I'm going through a very I hate people kind of mood. Shut my finger puppet. One time, I had this really crazy idea to make Valentine's Day fun. 5 years down the line, and we're still having fun on Valentine's Day. Good for us. You want a Valentine's Day video? Right. I'm in a very hate people kind of mood at the moment, which is kind of going to ruin this a little bit because I want to kill you all. But basically, 5 years ago, we decided to make Valentine's Day fun for everybody, because so many people are depressed, lonely, miserable, and occasionally suicidal, unfortunately. And the problem is, a lot of that's media induced, because these people are getting into relationships and they're still miserable, because they're getting into relationships for the sake of being in a relationship rather than because there's any actual connection. So yeah, people are miserable because they think they need this thing. They don't need this thing. They're perfectly capable of being happy without this thing. They just don't realise it because of the media. And because of things like Valentine's Day. So I stole Valentine's Day. It got called Valentine's Day. We decided to hold a massive party where everyone, no matter what they're doing, they could be single, they could be in a relationship, they could be swingers, it doesn't matter. Come and have fun. Last year was especially successful because we had people boycotting Valentine's Day. No, boycotting Valentine's Day to be more specific. And that struck me as odd. I asked them why they did it, and they said because it wasn't intended for them to come to and pull girls. They were single and lonely, you see. They thought, oh, a Valentine's Day party, we can go to that, and we can pull. And I said, it's not about pulling, it's about having fun, lad. And they were just like, oh, well, that's boring then, that's pointless. I don't know what else to say, really. This mug, it's empty. Pretend it's full. It's a Valentine's Day. Ding! That was alright. Yeah.
Valentine's Day, February 14th. It's coming up next year. And now another word from our sponsors.
Make a video for Valentine's Day. Alright then, well, 5 years ago, Valentine's Day. It's a load of wank. You're all a bunch of pitiful, bloody retards. Okay, I'm sorry, because this video was requested of me when I'm going through a very I hate people kind of mood. Check my finger puppet. One time, I had this really crazy idea to make Valentine's Day fun. 5 years down the line, and we're still having fun on Valentine's Day. Good for us.
I loved you. I loved you straight from the start. I saved up my wishes and gave you my heart.
Welcome back. Going forward in villainy, we have the calendar of villainy. Each month there are villainous goings-on, villainous opportunities, villainous events, and villainous anniversaries. Dates of note. This month, February, of course, we had the new unholiday Valentine's Day. We also have going forward the accounting. Lord Malignants must leave each year at the beginning of March through as long as it takes to travel the state and accept tribute from those who bask in the pleasure of my influence. During this time, the great shadow of Lord Malignance's influence withdraws, and villains are given an opportunity to rise and take from me what I have earned. Take the prominence that one holds and make it your own. Villains out there, you are certainly welcome to try. We also have Moob, the second annual Moob, coming up sometime in the summer months, an opportunity for our two winners of last year's challenges to shape Moob into what they will have it be this year. We have the patron of Moob, Der Stürmer, and we have the king of Moob, Zyklon B. Both of them have opportunities to shape the unholiday into being what they would like it to be. There's a few months off, though, but something to consider. And now another word from our sponsor. that's all for tonight. Reporting for VNS, the Villain News Show, from the Colorado Bureau. I am Lord Malignance. Stay evil, America!